Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Scorpio reading. The new moon in Scorpio is happening while I'm recording this reading, and this is going to be affecting you in the area of lessons learned, completions, ending, preparations for new beginnings. So we're going to pull an enchanted spell oracle to get started. And I pulled the Illumination card. This is the card that Aries also received. And this is very appropriate for the energy of Scorpio, particularly Mercury's retrograding back into Scorpio, helping to shed light on conversations, plans, actions that we took in late October, and ways that we are revisiting those, ways that we are rethinking those as we delve more deeply into our physical body as our container on Earth. Ways that our body tells us, gives us the information we need, illuminates the emotions that are positive or uncomfortable so that we can explore their roots in our experience. And this is the source of revelation for many of you, the source of understanding the necessity to close out or the completion of work, relationships, energies, opportunities that are now fading away from your life, the tremendous work that has necessitated nothing less than a complete death in order for you to find your rebirth, to open up to a completely new journey. I have to say that because of the new moon energy in the sign of Scorpio, for many of you, particularly those of you that have Sagittarius rising, you have been working at this release for a very long time. Some of you for decades. And for many of you, as a result of Pluto's movement out of Capricorn in particular, recently, about a year ago. It seems like yesterday. So this is energy that you have been preparing, the release of unnecessary burdens, obligations, and expectations that no longer resonate with who you are or what you desire, is moving you forward into the sense of revelation and openness. This is taking you out of a place of using the word a lack mindset, a poverty mindset sounds very jargon ridden. And so in some ways, I want to reframe it as the way that others have defined you. This often happens as a result of childhood, right? We're born into a certain set of circumstances, and as a result of that, we unconsciously learn what is for us and what is not, what is expected of us and what is not. And you have overturned that perspective, I might add, that has held you back, locked you up for some of you for much of your lifetime. I'm going to look at the 10th house, where your social expectations, your identity, the way others see you is the result of your presence in the community. And the Four of Cups shows me that you have been practicing ways in which you are reorienting to things that support you, to those that see you, to those that value your talents because you are valuing who you are and what you have to offer. You're anchoring in what you know to be true for you in terms of your gifts, the energies you bring, the presence you bring through your activities. And this has been fundamentally a kind of self-retraining choosing things that work for you. And of course, the work of this magic has been ongoing for a while, has necessitated this clearing away of the choices that you habitually made and saw the same unsatisfying results. So this requires a getting used to feeling good, getting used to feeling supported, getting used to being loved and recognized. So here you are evaluating opportunities on the basis of what works for you. And this is a new experience. This is a new foundation, a new emotional, spiritual, cultural foundation for your life moving forward. And this is the foundation on which you are experiencing a rebirth, a renewal. In the first house, the Ace of Wands validates this idea that you are preparing for the pursuit of a new path, a new journey, inspired by this sense of who you are now, a sense of spiritual connection, of understanding that you are part of a plan, that you are here on purpose, not by accident, that you have something powerful to contribute, and that lights your way. If it's lighting your way, it is how you're showing up in your presence with others. And in many ways, you are being sought after for this light that you bring. Not only the light you're experiencing, but that is infusing your presence as you move outwards towards your community. It informs every action, your perspective at every level. And this is a real repudiation of this idea that you were born to move along a certain, very limited, very restricted lane. That was to be your destiny, and you have completely grown past that. You understand the limitations of that. In the fourth house, the Queen of Wands talks about the sense of confidence and passion that you approach everything with. This passion is now this conviction that life is bountiful, that you are full of a positive intention, that you know what your skills are, what you can do, and really your power in pursuing your desires is unparalleled. This is what others see. This is what excites others. This is what attracts others to you. This beautiful ability to know what you want and to know that you're going to achieve it. And this is infusing you with that sense of strength, purpose, that your confidence, your energy feeds into and sort of informs your world of why you're here, what you're about, what your intention is. In the seventh house of significant others, the world, you're completing an incredible cycle of not only achievement, desire, experience, but relationship. I think you're feeling yourself ready to go public in some way. And this is interesting because many of you have been in the public, social, communal sphere for a long time. But there has been a way in which you have, I won't say have been inauthentic, but you've masked your real potential with a happy face. This, I believe, is a characteristic of Sagittarius, this eternal optimism that can often be a mask for what real concerns you are experiencing. And now this positivity, positive intention, sense of empowerment, vision of a better world is something that you have authentically prepared for now. And you're closing out a cycle where you felt restricted to do what others required of you. And you're now moving into a place where you are defining your path. You're defining your achievements and your goals. And this has been a long time coming, but you are receiving a lot of acknowledgement for the gifts and talents you have always been bringing, but you were previously unaware of, or you didn't value that in a way that you now appreciate. You've now been building upon that sense of knowing who you are, knowing what your power is. If this reading is resonating for you, Sagittarius, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the ways that you respond, comment, give me appreciations, feedback. It is really important to me, and I value it. It keeps me going. So thank you for that in advance. I'm going to clarify these cards with the Ethereal Shadow Work deck and finish off with the Crystal Oracle. And the Ace of Wands in the first house is clarified by the Five of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. You are a pragmatist. You are backing up your vision of communal effort, of teamwork, of working ways that you work to solve problems with others with practical, realistic, deliberate action and activity. So this dream, this vision you have is anchored by the work that you personally understand you're capable of doing, that you must do in order to satisfy yourself, that you are making an appropriate contribution to whatever team, community, or group that you belong to, that are united around creatively solving problems. This feels as though you are holding the container for a community in some significant way, and you understand that you have a specific contribution to make that must be anchored in achievement, in accomplishment, in doing it in the most practical way that is doable for you. I don't see you reaching beyond your capacity in much the way that you perhaps have in the past, a way of breaking out of this limited way of thinking or this identity or prescribed pathway by overachieving, by overworking. I don't see you overworking. I see you being very scrupulous with the way that you contribute and manage your time and effort among a series of activities in working with a series of relationships. In the fourth house, the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Six of Cups, which popped up through the pre-shuffle, and the Empress. I see you receiving a lot of love perhaps from the past, perhaps from relationships that you've been deeply bonded with over a long period of time. I see what is being revealed to you by these reconnections or connections with people from the past is the way in which you have had an impact on them, a powerful, inspirational impact on them. And it's reshaping the way that you once critiqued your participation in the past, looked at your failures or disappointments in relationships, and are coming to see that many of those failed relationships continue to be of benefit to those you've touched. You've brought something, you've enriched the lives of others, many others who have even in many cases hurt you. But your sense of compassion, contribution, your maturity of gift has meant that you unconsciously never sought to do harm to others, even as they may have harmed you. And as a result of that, the contribution you made in those relationships, the influence you had, has lived on. It's lived on so that many of those from the past have come back to tell you so. This is something you gave me. This is something you helped me with. And for many of you, this is so wired into who you are that you were completely unaware of your positive influence, particularly in relationships that failed. In the World card in the 7th house of your significant others, clarified by the Queen of Wands again and the Hanged One. I like this because I see you being almost overwhelmed by the emotional offerings, gifts, compliments, put ups, lift ups, upliftment of the stories of others that you have impacted. This appears to have affected you in such a way as to almost bring you to a moment of silence, a moment of illumination. This is just information you never expected to receive, and that has surprised you, that has caused you to rethink your experience of the past, to relook at the way you participated, particularly in significant relationships, so that you are reevaluating those in a way that is showing you, confirming to you your gifts, your influence, your positive intent, your ability to be optimistic, to be a friend despite difficulty. This is really a beautiful moment that is conferring upon you a sense of your value through the toughest of times in your past. A value you did not associate yourself with, or you may have even castigated yourself, put yourself down for the way you participated with others in the past, felt yourself to be an outlier, not belonging, and yet your influence is causing you to understand that you have always had the gifts that you now identify with, the gifts that you now value. And this is really causing you to step back and reevaluate who you are and confirming the idea that you have come here on purpose. Your purpose has been consistent. Your effort has been more consistent than you know, particularly those of you that have engaged in a less than traditional career path or less than traditional relationship path, so that as many of us beat ourselves up for our failures, you're having to reevaluate that effort as wasted effort. In the 10th house, the 4 of Cups is clarified by the Lovers and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So I do see this opportunity in reconnecting with those who tell you of the love, the clarity, the awareness, the inspiration you brought into their lives, the way that you helped them do something that they wanted to do, or they may not have been aware that they wanted to do, is really reshaping your sense of having it all. I think you may, for many of you, have looked at your life as though it has been this steady, hard climb, that the gifts that you might have expected to have come into your life at this time have felt as though they've eluded you, that they've escaped you, that your desire for a sustained, supportive relationship has been elusive. That the abundance that you not only want for yourself, but as a part of an abundant world has missed you. And yet, suddenly, as you have begun to receive and recognize this love that has attended you throughout your life, throughout the most difficult relationships in your life, that you are recognizing that it is all possible now. And this, in part, is the illumination the new beginning, the new inspiration, the new version of who you are that is allowing you to close out this sense of sadness, frustration, underachievement, frustration on this path, and is opening you up to an abundant, satisfying, comfortable, enriching, and generative sense of abundance, stability, a foundation. I'm going to finish this reading with the crystal oracle, and what has flown out is the scolacite, and the key word is peace. I am an instrument of peace. This is incredibly beautiful. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes. Until next time, Sagittarius, namaste.